Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, the season finale. So let's get to it, shall we? So Keisha and Boobie have started their divorce proceedings. Okay, we already knew about that because they have been talking about it in the blogs. Although on the show, you would think that everything was great and that Boobie has this utmost respect for Keyshia Cole. I'm confused with their divorce proceedings. Okay, now it had come out, and we already spoke about this. It had come out that Boobie was asking for full custody and that he also was asking for spousal support. And shortly after that, his lawyers came out and said that that necessarily wasn't true, that he did ask for these things, but it was just a procedure that they take when going through these type of cases. And to make a long story short, it was very unclear exactly what he was asking for, if he did indeed ask that, and that it was just it was just what they do, but they didn't expect for it to go through, or if he didn't ask for it altogether. I don't understand. All I will say is Keyshia Cole was on the Ricky Smiley show one morning, and even she said she didn't understand exactly what he was asking for in the divorce proceedings, and that she was upset with the things that had been said on Boobie's part, and that she hadn't even spoken to him, that she was waiting to get to her lawyer and his lawyer so that they could discuss the divorce proceedings. So if Keyshia don't understand it, damn it, I don't understand it either. Because in my opinion, when you're going through a divorce, if you're asking for something, then you clearly state what you want. But I'm not a lawyer. So this is where my real rock star lawyers come in. I would like for you guys to let me know exactly what they are talking about and why there's so much confusion on this divorce. Because it makes no sense. Either you're asking for full custody or you're not. Either you're asking for spousal support or you're not. Okay, but like I said, my rock star lawyers, the real ones out there, y'all put me up on game. Okay, as far as the show is concerned, though, like I said, Boobie says he has the utmost respect for Keyshia Cole, and they're going to move on with their lives and continue to support each other. As far as baby mama, baby daddy status is, they're going to always be family. That's all good, okay? All gravy. When Boobie tries to get a damn hug out of Keyshia Cole, she was just like, no, weird. It is so funny how much Keyshia Cole just does not see it for Boobie any longer. You would never even think that these two was in love, and I know that is questionable on some people's parts when we really think about their relationship. But the funny thing about hood girls, and Keyshia Cole for sure is a hood girl, is hood girls cannot be fake if they fucking try. They just don't have it in them. So you couldn't pay Keyshia to give him a hug. Like, she's just like, ugh. I mean, she was already sort of like that anyway when they was married, but now that they have gone their separate ways, absolutely not. Okay, gotta love Keyshia Cole. Still don't see it too much for that Boobie. Tierra and Nikki, okay, they go and visit Tierra at the rehab. Okay, she's got a few minutes away, and so she's agreed to talk to them. Okay, she still has some feelings about this intervention. Okay, even though she's saying that she knows that she needed it, she still has a problem with the way they went about it. I'm assuming the fact that it was actually aired on television. But she doesn't say that, so whatever. They meet, and she tells them that, the rehab has brought a lot of things to mind. That one of the problems that she has in her life is people that are not good for her. Okay, Moniece says, well, I would hate to lose your friendship, but if that means you being healthier and not having your addiction to alcohol, then I will sacrifice our friendship for it. Okay, Nikki Baby says, I don't really know what she's talking about because me and Tierra, I have always been there for Tierra. I can't say too much for Moniece, but I have always been there. I guess she's always been there since last season. I mean, it wasn't like Nikki and Tierra really had much of a relationship before that. Okay, and they really did come into contact with each other just through Hazel. But Tierra looks good, and obviously the rehab has done something for her. It's brought some clarification to her mind, but yeah, she still has, you can tell that she still has some kind of for everybody, and I think she feels like she probably was the that they wanted the storyline more so than they were concerned for her, knew that this would give them some airtime and some camera time. This is what I think Tierra probably feels, not necessarily what happened, or it could have been that way, because we remember Jocelyn. Okay, this is completely on a side note, but remember Jocelyn even called out Mona about that and said that Mona was fucked up for what she did to Tierra. So evidently that was all floating around in the backgrounds of the Love and Hip Hop franchises, and people were talking about how they took it too far, you know, with that. Okay, so I'm assuming that's why Tierra has this guarded feeling around even Moniece and Nicki. What y'all think, though? Y'all think that could be part of the reason why she's funky with them? I think that might be a little part. Now, Tierra, okay, we see her in the studio, and she's singing her new hit single, y'all. Would you like to hear it? let me give my baby voice, y'all. I wanna quit you, but I just can't find the strength. It's been on my mind more than anyone thinks. I know you're no good for me, no good for me. You be bringing out the hood in me, the hood in me. I said, bitch, you better sing it. Talking about telling your story, okay? And of course, you know she is talking about old Cisco. And while she's in the studio, who should walk in but your boy Cisco? Because she say since she been back in town from rehab, you know, he been blowing up her phone. Creep squad extraordinaire. Y'all thought I forgot about the signal, huh? He comes on in and, long story short, you guys, the conversation is stupid because, you know, Cisco is feeling some kind of way for her just going off to rehab. He obviously does not understand the concept of, you know, intervention and going, okay? Ain't no time to be tying up loose ends because you have got to put yourself first and fuck everything else, okay? That it is that dire. And the fact that he's, you know, more concerned about her not talking to him, you would think that if he really did love her, ultimately he would understand that she had to go, and when she gets back, we will talk, okay? But just the fact that he's making it about himself, you know, I didn't think that you needed rehab. Well, that's not your decision to make. If she felt that she needed that, for whatever reason, it could be toxic relationship with alcohol and her toxic relationships with her friends. It seems like that's what she got out of being there. All the whole time that she's been talking has been about the fact that she's gonna have to cut a whole lot out of her life and not just drinking. So we gonna start, you know, with the administrator of ass whooping Cisco himself, and that's good. You don't need this type of drama. I mean, the bottom line is, if you weren't fucking around with this girl Amber and doing the things that you were doing with her and being distracted in Los Angeles, okay, Tierra brings up the point that when they were in New York it was all good, but then in LA is totally different. If your relationship was fully intact, then I'm sure she would have reached out to you while she was at rehab, Cisco. But why would she reach out to you when she found out that you had been seeing this other nigga come out with lipstick marks all over his head, and then he want to sit up here and be fussing? I'm sorry, Cisco. We can't find any type of sympathy or empathy for you. Okay, nigga, get on. Tierra, take care of your life, girl. So Ray gets together with Fizz, okay, because Fizz has had this epiphany, right? He's going to replace Omarion with Ray J, okay? So he wants to have a meeting with J Boog, and he did not tell J Boog that Ray J was going to be there, okay? I don't really know why you would feel like you would blindside your current member with somebody like a Ray J. That is a personality that one would need to be forewarned against. But whatever, neither one of them knew that the other was going to be in this meeting, and, you know, Boogie comes in there with his fine ass. I was like, how old is he? Oh, he's so cute to me. Anyway, from the start, we know it's a bad idea. Fizz says that he's decided that he's going to place Omarion with Ray J. And Boog is looking at him like, nigga, is you crazy? You know, Ray J, I'm the new Omarion. So at first, J Boog tries to be, you know, he tries to be not quite so blunt with it. Listen, I did not know that this is what we was talking about today, but this a little bit too much. Ray J, you know, I came with the artwork. I got the poster. You know, I got, you know, Ray 2K, B2 Ray. He got the damn posters of them, you know, with him in the middle. And I said, I would be so fucking offended. I mean, if I was in a group like B2K or anything that I was proud of, that I was a part of, that was large like B2K, nigga, you're not fixing to come up in here and disrespect me like this. You know, Ray J, if we craft it the right way, it could be good for both of our brands. J Boogie is like, no, that is not going to work. I mean, none of us have had the success on our own, as B2K has had as a group. I mean, you being replacing Omarion would be just like, putting a fake Michael Jackson up there. Now, he's not comparing himself to Michael Jackson, but he is trying to explain the impact. Just like when we see TLC and they have a fake left eye, just like when you see the Jackson 5 and they got Jermaine Jackson singing Michael Jackson's parts, like, it just will never work. That is not what the people want to see. And Ray J was so offended, like, did he just call me a fake Michael Jackson? He was just like, I don't really know where all of this aggression has come from. And J Boog was like, nigga, why don't you come over here and I will show you? And then he was just like, oh, is this what we doing? Like, nigga, we can catch a fade right now. Okay, he looking around and J Boog was just like, we can definitely do that. He was just like, nigga, don't let this smooth taste fool you. I ain't never thought of Ray J as no fighter, and probably not Boog either. But, I'm just like, what are you talking about, Ray J? Now, y'all know as much as I love Ray J, I think he is hilarious. I don't understand where the ego is coming from. Like, yes, you are Ray J, but you are Brandy's little brother. You will always be Brandy's little brother. You did not surmount the success that your sister did in no way. Okay, when they had them damn Scream tours, and I remember my friends would go and take their little kids, and she was like, girl, we were like, our ears were ringing for like a day or two afterwards because the kids were so excited to see B2K up there on that stage. You're talking about Ray. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Somebody told me in my damn comments last week that One Wish was a classic. I was like, nigga, now what I do know, that is that really a classic to y'all? Oh my god, that old warbly, whiny song you guys think is a classic. And maybe I'm just too old. Like, maybe that is the other generation that you guys really can. I just have never thought that. I mean, I think Wait a Minute is better than One Wish. If I had one wish. Terrible. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a hit for Ray J as well as Wait a Minute. But you can't compare the two, Ray. You cannot compare the two. So, of course, when he, we can catch a fade right now, okay? And then security comes in and they take J Boog out, and, Fizz was just like, man, you still talking. It wasn't even supposed to be like that. And, he was just like, I can talk to you too, nigga. What's up? I was just like, no, Ray. No. So later on, we see Ray out and he's talking to Safari, okay? And he was just like, Lil Fizz hit me up to be in B2K. You know that shit is bullshit. Okay, nigga, you was acting for this damn show. Okay, Safari and him both laughed about that because, like I said, it will never work. And Ray knows that. He just ain't had shit else to talk about. Him and Prince have had the most boring storyline this, in the franchise of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Like, you guys are the staple characters, and here you guys go with this bullshit. I mean, it's fine because, y'all married and grown and shit, and you shouldn't be trying to put no bad spotlight on your marriage like that, but that ain't nothing that's going to keep you on the show, this kind of shit. So, that's why Ray J, I think, played into this whole thing. Whatever, child. It ain't happening. Safari tells him how, his cousin came and talked to him, and, even though he loved Hollywood, it's time to get on back, okay? Reed, Mona got that check, and she's spending a few coins to send me on back to New York and see what I can, what I can do there. So, Ray J was just like, dang, the game gonna miss you. Okay, the game will continue in New York. Safari says he's going to have a going away party. He wants everybody to come there. And Ray agrees that he will be there. Later on, we see Ray again. Fizz didn't tell Boog about the meeting, so everything went sour from jump. But Fizz called me again to say that him and me and Boog need to sit down and work things out like men. So take two. It was still a little dicey because... Again, you got somebody that's protecting their damn group, and then you got somebody with a huge ass ego like Ray J. Boog says, listen, I'm sorry if I came at you the wrong way. Okay, I just wasn't expecting that. Let's just move on. Okay, Ray still got a problem. Okay, for you to say that, the group is bigger than any one of us. Boog was like, any one of us individually, nobody has been able to have the hits by ourselves that B2K was able to have together. Why is you, Ray J understands that. But Fizz says that, that it was the battle of the egos. And I was just like, no, it is the battle of delusion on Ray J's part. But whatever. They decided that, yeah, this ain't going to work. They're going to let bygones be bygones, and then they have a little toast, Ray J. To the individual artists. Ain't no I in team, but it's an I in win. All right, Ray. Now, Safari's party, okay, he up there with that bullshit, okay, he calls Nikki Baby up there, and, child, what? He's begging her to let him hit it, okay, and it's, like, uncomfortably, like, creepy, like, are you really doing this? But she seemed to be okay with it, and I was just like, if you like it, child, I love it, I guess. But anyway, everybody is there. Bridget is there, Zell is there, Booby is there. Bridget confronts Booby about playing second fiddle to Brooke, and he was just like, how can you be upset with me when Brooke said that she wasn't going, and then I had, basically spent my money on a ticket, and I asked you, didn't you have fun? The hoe and Bridget won't let her admit that she didn't. She sure did, okay? Ain't never got some good D-I-C-K like that in a long ass time. He basically charmed her out of her argument. You can't blame me for trying to move on, even if it is the damn same day, and even though I still have feelings for Brooke and really just used you to get my rocks off. You can't be mad at me for that, you just like, you know what? I do the same thing. You right, I can't. Okay, come on, give me a hug, okay? So just that fast, they friends again. That child ain't had no intentions of being mad at him anyway. Moniece and Fizz are there as well, and she's telling them how she expected Tierra to come, but now that Tierra's trying to make decisions on, who she is and isn't friends with, maybe that's why she did not come. While they're talking, AD walks up. AD and Moniece still have unfinished business, and Moniece does still care about AD, so she goes off to the side and she talks to her, and AD tells her, listen, even with everything that has been hard, loving you hasn't been hard. I was just like, oh, that was kind of clever. That was kind of cute. I don't know. I like AD. I like AD, even though AD has played this shit wrong. But I think maybe if she could just not be so fucking frustrated with Moniece, maybe they have something there, okay? They decide that they love each other, and, even though Moniece feels like she needs to take some time to get her mind right, she does love AD, and she's willing to probably try to figure it out. Also, while they're there at the party, Ray J is there, and Hazel Lee walks up, okay? I guess Hazel Lee, when she first walked around the corner, I was just like, oh, I thought that was Nikki. Everybody's starting to look alike on this damn show. She walks up to Ray, and he's just like, what's up, Hazel? She says, Ray, I didn't really see it for Diamonds and Pearls or Safari anyway, but we go back so far, that shit wasn't cooler with the sperm betting, Ray J. He totally Jedi mind trick flipped that shit on her. He was just like, what was the problem though? Didn't you think you did like real good in the studio? She was just like, yeah, I did. He was like, okay, you got a banger. Didn't nobody know you was gonna get a banger, but you shut shit down. And she was just like, oh, yeah, you right. I did. Okay, so you ain't gotta worry about this whole little low sperm count issue. Fact of the matter is, you got a hit out of us. Was it a hit, y'all? Have you heard that particular song that everybody is clamoring about? Somebody tagged me in some Hazel Lee bullshit this morning, and I looked at it, here she go with this, I run LA. I said, child, if you want to run it, just go on and run it. Run it, baby. Whatever that entails, if it makes you feel better, then Hazel, run LA. Now, this ladies' night showcase. Masika and Brooke are there, okay, and they getting prepped, I guess, to get on stage, and then we see Donatella come in, and, she's just letting them know how Hazel Lee not gonna be there because Masika done ran her off. Donatella was just like, I don't appreciate when somebody tell me they're not gonna come because another person is there. You can't run my lineup, so, yeah, maybe it is best that you don't come. So, first up on the lineup that we see is Masika, and child, here she go with this old baby talk babble bullshit, the mew mew pew pew. Let me get my damn, baby talk. Listen, this is on a whole nother level of baby talk babble bullshit. Him.
Baby, we can do it. Push your back into it. Show me that you're ready. If it's right, gon' do it. Baby, we can do it. Put your back into it. You can do 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 it.
If that wasn't the most lackadaisical, you know, I am up here, but I really don't want to be. I'm not quite too sure about the choreography, but I'm going to do it because Mona told me to. Shit. I said, Masika. I was looking at Masika up there on that stage, and I was like, that girl is a pretty girl. It is a shame. If you go back to the way she looked the first season and the way she looks now, it has nothing to do with her weight gain. She's had a baby, you know, you get older, you put on the weight. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that the plastic surgery has made her look so cartoonish. She was a beautiful girl. I will never understand. Like, I know she's trying to correct some of the problems, and there is some insecurities that people have with being on these reality shows and really just having to look a certain way and be a certain way. Part of me feels sorry that she's done that to herself, because she was bad. That first season, she had them long ass legs. She was, you know, she was cute. And even if she had put on that weight, you know, oh, it's just unfortunate, because she was still normal looking and didn't have like that whole plasticky, you know, everybody trying to look like Nikki Baby look. Anyway, next we see Brooke and Bridget. Brooke confronts her. Girl, you gonna be singing my song that I had with Marcus? And Bridget was like, there ain't nobody singing that shit, okay? Don't nobody care about you or that damn song, all right? You going out there, you a good opening act for me. But I write hits, baby, and I win Grammys for it. So they get to arguing about, you know, again, hoe antics and fighting over Booby. And basically, who is the biggest thought? I'm still over these two. Bridget, you know, this is her big moment, okay? Her fight time, okay? She pick up a damn bowl of pretzels and she gently tries to pour it on Brooke. I said, girl, that's the best you can do. I'd have thrown that damn bowl at her head if I was really that mad, okay? But she kind of pour it on her, you know, and Brooke kind of pushes her off, and then security comes, and then she act like she really want to get to it. I said, girl, you have made a fool of yourself on this season. Brooke says that they had made an agreement, I guess before the show came on, that they would never get physical, and now she has gently placed pretzels on her breast. So now it's over, okay? The truce is up. Now Brooke gets up there, and Brooke has a great voice, okay? I don't know what song she was singing. It sounded like just a series of riffs and, you know, runs to me. But okay, at least she could prove that she could sing. Afterwards, she's backstage, you know, because it's Bridget's turn to get up there, and they let you hear a few little bars of Bridget. But when we see Booby walking in, okay, he ignores girl Bridget. He goes straight backstage with a bouquet of flowers for Brooke. But Brooke don't see it for him. She was like, oh, your girl out there performing. And he was just like, what? And she was just like, yeah, you bitch. You know, the one that you went to Catalina Island with when I couldn't go. And he was just like, oh, so now you upset with me. You know, you canceled on the day. What was I supposed to do? I said, nigga, you were supposed to get your $140 fucking back for the round trip tickets. He act like he done paid $1,000 to ride that little old rinky-dink boat over there to Catalina Island. I got to remember that, you know, he is counting all of his little ducats. Baby boy ain't got that much money. And shit, he had already asked Keisha could he use her credit card anyway, so I guess he was just like, he might as well take full advantage. She can't be concerned with that, though. Did you dick her down or not? Okay, he don't really answer. He was just like, listen, I just don't know where we stand. And that should let you know right there that he did indeed dick down Bridget. Okay, which just still brings me back to this, like, like, Booby is still fucking, like, I know Booby is single, but we already know that he done had sex with Hazel and with Bridget, and you supposed to be all head over heels in love with Brooke. Okay, nigga, you can't even separate from the fucking cast. You can't go get your bitch that ain't got nothing to do with the show and go fuck on them. Oh, I don't like Booby. I don't like him. But Brooke seems to love him to death, okay? So he flip it around on her and say that he don't know where she stands, and then that's when she was just like, well, you know what, you right. I did go back to Marcus because we got some unfinished business and we don't really know where we stand, and, you know, I just want us to be real with each other and we always gonna be friends and blah, blah, blah. I said, girl, you was the most confused. So then, fast forward some time, and there's the hurricane. You know, they're from Houston. Brooke tells us that her family was, you know, fully affected by the hurricanes in Houston, and so it's kind of changed her perspective and, you know, made her realize what is and isn't important, and all this drama that she's got going on with Bridget and Boobie and Marcus and Hazel-E, and it ain't even worth it. It ain't even important. So she sits down with Marcus at the beach and she tells him that she's mad that he gave Bridget the song that was our song, okay, and that was special to her. And he was just like, well, I mean, you know, I gave her the song and everything, but it wasn't even about that. You know, we was having problems and everything, but you was making shit work. You know, he's still gonna put it all on her, okay? Now nobody seems to want to bring up the Jade bitch no more, but you was still messing around with that girl supposedly for 12 years. You was still married. This girl was trying to help you with your divorce, and then you had a whole relationship with Brooke over there on the other side too. But you still mad at her about a kiss and some innuendo between Brooke and Boobie. I mean, she ain't done nothing with him. We ain't seen nothing happen, at least on the show. So really, you got your fucking nerves, but Brooke is so stupid. Like, I'm just like, Brooke, why are you letting him put this on you? If I had to break it down into percentages, I would say that he's 75% guilty and she's 25% guilty. But whatever. She was just like, I think I was just more serious about this relationship than you were. And then he was just like, I was serious. Okay, that was his cue. I was so serious, you know, that he break out the Zelle ring. And she was just like, oh, you know, I didn't know. How would you know if the nigga was so busy with all these other women? How would you know, Brooke? Ain't no telling when this nigga bought this fucking ring. He might have bought it 2 weeks ago. And just trying to make you feel bad by saying, you know, I tried to take the ring back, but I couldn't find the receipt. Stop it with all of that, Marcus. It's not making no sense to me. And the only reason why I could feel like he might really truly be upset is because none of that was real and he knows it, but he had to go along with it on the show. But he does feel like Brooke and Boobie's thing is real. That's the only reason why I could feel like maybe he's feeling that way, because otherwise it's just like, baby, you ain't got a leg to stand on, okay? But Brooke, you know, they gonna try to figure it out. You know, it's gonna take a little step back. They not ready. He put the Zelle ring back in his pocket, and she says, okay, well, even though we're not ready right now, we'll try to, you know, figure it out. And she give him a hug, and then there's happiness on the beach again. And then a little final whatnots. So Keisha says she has this album, the 11/11 Reset. That is what she is focusing on. She also knows that the love of her life is out there somewhere and that eventually she will get it. Good for her. Okay, Boobie says that he is going to continue to co-parent with Keisha. The main thing is they baby boy, and then he is going to move on with his life as well. Brooke says that she and Boobie will always be friends, and Marcus is probably never going to like that, but oh well. And she says that she and Marcus are going to continue to try to work it out. Hazel-E says that all this energy that she be putting into her haters, you know what, she ain't even gonna worry about them haters no more because there's so many of them. You know, she got her hater blockers on. Now she is only going to appreciate those that love her. Ray J says, you know, I'm still trying to get Prinky pregnant. Masika says, with all these bitches trying to latch on to her and her success, okay, it is indeed lonely at the top. But you know what, she's so high up at the top that she can't see any of you lowly haters down there at the bottom. Zell the Monster says that, you know what, he owns all of this. You know, when he be walking on Melrose and he look in the window, okay, he got all this. Hazel-E may run LA, but you know what, he own the day and the night. Okay, and that he fixing to take over. Monique says she's had highs and lows, but the main thing is that she and AD love each other and that they are going to work it out. That she's glad, though, she's got her real friends in her corner. Tierra says what she says every fucking single season. I promise you, go back and watch over the seasons. Every single season she says that she is focused and she is happy with her life. Maybe this time with her going to her rehab, she is better prepared. And again, she's not sure about who she's going to leave in and take out of her life, but she's gonna let y'all know soon enough. And lastly, Safari says that he had good times in Hollywood, but he's headed back to New York, y'all. And thus ends season 4 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Alright, you guys, so that is it. I gotta get to this damn reunion and ain't too much to say about that. So anyway, let me go. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm It's Rocks. The channel is for It's Rocks, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.